Hello dear viewer, welcome back to the channel. I'm Omar with Patterson Autos, and today I'm taking you for a ride in the CX-50 and the CX-70. Both are Mazda's two newest two-row SUVs, and they're a bit more spacious than the CX-5. That's the reason that you're probably looking at it, knowing that the CX-5's been a long-time bestseller for Mazda. And of course, the next CX-5 will be a bit more spacious, as we've all read, but right now these are the two other options that you might want to take a look at. And if you're into more tactile feedback, like the controls that we've got here for the air conditioning, then you might want to look at a CX-50 or a CX-70 anyway, looking into the CX-5 for the future. Now, if you watched the last video that we posted comparing the two, then you sort of already know these differences, but right now I just want to focus on the drive feel, and I will say they sort of match their aesthetics. So while both of these cars share a lot of capability in many ways, they are different, and the CX-50 being the more adventurous one, it does feel more adventurous. It wants you to play with it. It's rowdy in the best way possible. And the cockpit's definitely more driver-centric, but it's not claustrophobic by any means. It feels like the controls, the displays, everything's exactly where you need it to be. And you have the shoulder and elbow room to move around, but you don't create this massive car that feels like a bus that you're driving around. And I find both cars extremely ergonomic. If the size of the screen matters to you, I would take a look at the 50 first, because it's not as big as the CX-70s, but it is plenty big for me, so that might be enough for you. I'm a happy camper as long as I've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and both models will have it, and it's wireless. As far as handling goes, the CX-50 has a wider track and a longer wheelbase than the CX-5, so it's a bit more stable off-road, and I think that it feels more stable when you're taking a hard corner on the road as well. So it feels like a really big go-kart to me. That's the best way that I can explain it, but it has AC and wireless Apple CarPlay. That flat handling suspension feel is going to be pretty standard across the powertrains, with the exception of the hybrid, which has a bit more weight down at the bottom, so I think you could take a corner even harder than you could in the naturally aspirated or the turbo version of the CX-50. This here's a turbo, which takes all the guesswork out of the acceleration for me, yet I don't think that the naturally aspirated is underpowered by any means. Now, powertrain options could be a big discussion piece as far as performance goes, but the gist of it is, if you want all of the power, get the turbo. That's going to be able to tow 3,500 pounds. If you want all of the fuel efficiency, get the hybrid. That gets you 56 miles per gallon. And if you want the lower upfront cost, go for the naturally aspirated version, especially if you're not driving a ton. No matter which option you go with, the CX-50 is a great choice for weekend warriors, for outdoor enthusiasts, and drivers who just want a bit more versatility and utility out of their car without going to something that's very costly. And speaking of sporty styling, this doesn't have to do with style, but the naturally aspirated option also has a sport mode and an accelerator pedal kickdown switch, so it still feels very lively and you still have those tools in your arsenal to get going when you need to. Of course, it also has a smaller footprint, so it's easier to park, and I really personally like the way that these door cards come up. It makes the whole thing just feel more cozy and safe. Moving on to the CX-70. Already much more spacious. You can probably just tell by looking at the screen. As you may know, this CX-70 shares the same platform as the CX-90, with the exception of having or not having a third row. They're practically the same car, so they do share the podium for the biggest car in the lineup. Yet, I love it so much because it handles the most like the smallest car in the lineup, which is the Mazda Miata. Back to the basics of what this car is. It's the biggest offering that they can give you with two rows, and it's built on Mazda's large vehicle platform. So it's an all-new platform that is longer, wider, and it just gives you a bit more of everything. Yes, there's a higher price point, but you get more of everything with it. That means more space, more premium materials, certainly more presence on the road. And did I mention that this screen is just absolutely massive? The back definitely offers a lot more space, especially with those back seats folded down. When you need to do that in the 50 or the 70, this is significantly bigger. And the back seat benefits from that as well. Not that the 50 had a tight space where I had to ask people in the back if they had enough, but the CX-70 just takes things up a notch, feels a bit more first class. So this car is more aimed at families, commuters that have a very long distance to go, who really value comfort and who want a bit more luxury without spending all of the luxury money. This definitely has a softer suspension and maybe a softer feel just because of the seats. I will mention, if you're looking for just absolutely ultimate comfort for the back, not necessarily as a matter of space, but as a matter of not feeling bumps as much, that kind of thing, there's a bit of a trade-off that I want to be honest about in the CX-50 and the CX-70. In the 50, you have, it is a long wheelbase, but it's shorter than the CX-70, so it's more firm, it's more planted, and it feels a bit more connected to the road. The 70 has a lot of power, so it makes acceleration, like right now we're going up a hill, and if I step on it, we just go, no problem, right? If you need to pass somebody on the freeway, absolutely effortless. But because the 70 has a significantly longer wheelbase, you do feel a bit more vibration in the second row. I think that it's offset by how cushioned the seat is, but it's something that I want to mention because if you're looking for the absolutely most plush second row, maybe you don't need to go to the 70 for it. Maybe the 50 feels good. And I think you ought to bring that person that you're trying to get the car for, if you're transporting them or what have you, to have them feel both seats and see if one is better or not. And just because this car is a bit more refined and maybe premium, luxurious feeling, whatever you want to call it, that doesn't mean that it's any less capable. It still has that off-road mode that the CX-50 would give you. So if we're talking about the trails in Joshua Tree or what have you to get to your campsite, really either car is going to take great care of you. The 50 is more cut out for it, but the 70 has all of the space to carry all of your stuff and all of your people, so maybe that's the answer, right? If you're trying to do rougher clamoring, that kind of thing, maybe take the 50 just because it's cheaper. Oh, and by the way, the powertrain options on the 70, we're leaving out the plug-in hybrid, and that one, although it doesn't have the towing capacity of 5,000 pounds like this spicy inline 6 does, it does have an insane amount of range. It's almost 500 miles on a full tank and a full battery. The power delivery, the plushness, the space, the quietness, the soundstage, I mean, I'm not going to play music for you right now, but it's a huge soundstage with, I can't remember how many speakers the Bose sound system has. It's stellar. So all of that really makes me want to go cross-country, like full cross-country. If you can put it in the comments, maybe enough of you can ask, and we'll make it happen. That Tacoma's going 100 right now. Anyway, if enough of you comment and say, hey, we really need Omar to take a CX-70 cross-country and document all of his adventures, maybe we can make it happen. So don't forget to leave that comment. And if you like me, please like this video. That's how you show it. If you don't like me, put it in the comments. Roast me if you need to. Just keep it PG because we've got an audience, all right? Anyway, I'm on my way back. I just want to say I don't have enough time to take this in the hills to show you how Miata-like this car can drive, but I invite you to come to Tustin Mazda, go to Huntington Beach Mazda. We'll be happy to take excellent care of you and show you that this is a car that is as fun as it is big. Anyway, I'm Omar with Patterson Autos. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.